So my names are Judith Max Adong, and my company name is called Maxis Oven. It's located in Gulu at Olal Andrew, Plot 1. It's basically on the highway to Kampala. The bakery is, initially we started it like a small-scale production of only pastries. And we grew up from 3 Steps Bakeries, and it grew to Maxis Oven. We produce a number of products, but our main focus is we do bread. So we have 2-3 categories of bread that we do. We do the white sweet bread that we produce, and then we also have sessions for lessons for people. We teach them how to do the bread, and then also a few lessons on pastries on the pastry side, because we have the bread production, and then we have the cakes. So we do the cakes, we do the croissants. We have about 15 products that are lying on our market line that we produce from here. But we only don't stop in producing bread. We also have the kitchen section that does the foods. And of course, for us, the foods, it's seasonal. But what is the catchy product that we have here is the white sweet bread that we produce on a large scale. Before the establishment of the food lab in Gulu, it was really hard. You know, that the trouble of, I went through the toughest experience of having to transport bread to Kampala, UNBS. You have to carry it in the morning. So literally I have to do the night travel because they're telling me the bread has to go in room temperature. It has to be carried in a certain container. Basically, transportation was very tedious and it was stressful. And then even when you take the products there, the lineup of how to do things, you're not so sure about it. So the initial starts of having this done from Kampala was really for us it was, I would say it's burdensome. Yeah, and costly because of transport, and not only transporting me as a person, but even to carry the product to take to Kampala was really a problem because you don't know what contamination the bread is going to have along the way as you go. By the time you reach those 7-8 hours, you're not so sure of what happened to the bread. And then your results will come back and they're negative. You're not so sure what exactly happened between the transition of Gulu to Kampala, then you head to the office itself. Yeah, so it wasn't really easy. Yeah, it was troublesome for us. My initial experience, because I think this is my second time of having a renewal. My first initial one was extremely very tedious. I would be very honest, it was really hard. Why? Because the whole process was a process that was done from Kampala. So everything that I needed to do, coordination had to be from Kampala. And that means transport, going back, coming back. There are certain things you're not so sure of how you're supposed to do them. You have to still keep linking on emails, and you're not knowing what exactly they should show you instead of having something showed. But you know, the second experience of having, especially when the food lab was brought here, that was really good. Because it's a walk-away distance. You either walk to the office or you go on a border. And for me, having the experience with them are on 4 angles. One, the customer care at the UNBS was really perfect because the front desk lady, even if you didn't see the person who's responsible to the different offices, the access at the reception would give you a very clear understanding of what is expected of you. What do you need to do? How do you need to do it? 10,000 times you will make faults here and there that the corrections are made. So having the office as a lab here, for me it was 1, costly, cost-effective. 2, the results come on time. And then 3, you don't have to worry about our products getting contaminated. How do I carry them? Why? Because it's either taken there or they actually come themselves. When they're coming to do the surveillance, the checking in, the products are taken by themselves. So you're secure and you feel more safer that it's in the right hands, and the distance, the mileage that is going to take to the office is not going to be a troublesome thing. Even the results for us came back on time. Even if they send it on mail, but you actually get the results and you're sure of what exactly you're receiving. Yeah. For me, that one, it gives me a boldness of selling my products even out of the country. And in fact, after I got the UNBS clearances, my products started crossing over to South Sudan. So the Sudanese buy my bread, they take it over, and also even the customers, the walk-in customers are very sure of the products they're eating. And secondly, it has widened my market because now I can supply supermarkets with my products because I have a UNBS clearance. And then also not only that, even the schools that take care of children, are certain that the products that we're getting out of this place is assured and it is a good product. And not only that, for me, UNBS certification of my product for conformity, really, it elevated the name of the bakery. Why? Because there are a number of schools, the whole of this semester that ended, we had about 7 schools that asked for space for their children to come and see what happens in a production of food. So basically, because they got the inquiries that that place is certified, their products are on UNBS, they are clean, they're good. So you can actually have your children go and get that bit. So for me, it gives you a bit of assurance, and it gives you the certainty that people have to trust your product when you go through UNBS. So by that trust alone, it has broadened our level of being known, visibility, 1, 2. It has also broadened the level of our customer line, because if our products can cross over to Juba, then that is really good, yeah. One thing I would say is that I am not so sure about the strategic plan of UNBS, but in the north here in Gulu City, we still have a little bit of what they call knowledge gap on getting to know what is the procedure to have this certification. At what point should I start it? Do I have to first enter the market and be in there for about 6 or 7 months before UNBS comes? Or before I even start anything like a production or a processing, either small or big company or a business, do I have to go to them to get this clarity? So I think there is need to do a lot more of sensitization on what are these things that they do. And not only in the English sense, because most of us who do these businesses, not everybody has gone to school. They've done hands-on skill, and they can be able to do their own businesses in their local languages, but they do not know the English version of how to get into things. So if they could localize to make sure even the smallest of the business enterprises that are coming up get to understand what is the requirement, and first of all even understand what exactly does UNBS do. Because for them, I think what they will know is it's only the bakeries that have to go there, not the factories that process maybe millet or flour or something there, like that. So if they could sensitize more of the society of Gulu to understand that this is what UNBS does, and this is how you can get access to us, and make accessibility to them easy, I think that is the best that they could do. So they need to do a lot of sensitization. I know about UNBS. I don't know about other people if they know about UNBS. But the few whom I know around could be knowing about UNBS, thinking that, those are guys who just come and plug your machines. You're getting. But they don't know that that office particularly gives your product a clearance to cross over to anywhere. Yeah, so there's need to sensitize. And then not only sensitizing, also avail us those standard procedure documents, standard formulas that we have to do. Engage with us to discuss these new methods or these new formulas that you're bringing on place. If you're going to have new standards for production of bread, can we also get to have a discussion and have an input in it, so that they don't give us standards that are way beyond expectation for our level, but we get to know this is the bare minimum that you need to have to enter the market. The other bit is, it would be good if we get to, even while we know that is a check and balance place for productions, industries and all that stuff, I think it would also be good to either have it quarterly or once in a year, gather us the people in the business, the production area together. Tell us what is new. Basically, can we have a coordination network that we understand where UNBS is heading, where we are heading as Gulu? So UNBS is here. How do we grow? What do we get? And what do you get from us? How do you grow us? How are you going to better us so that tomorrow, not only crossing to Juba, but at least I can have an input in what exactly you're formulating in a document.